In the early 90s, Apple pioneered the PDA industry with the Newton series, which ended in 1997 with the Apple eMate 300. The eMate was a very new idea for its time. It was a laptop PDA hybrid designed to be used in classrooms with both keyboard and stylus input. Looking at the hardware of the eMate, you can see that it looks very similar to the first generation iBook with its clamshell form factor and translucent plastic case. On the left-hand side of the device, we have a power adapter input, a serial port for printers and fax machines, and a Newton interconnect port for connecting with other Newton devices. On the right-hand side, we have a standard PCM-CIA slot and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Around back, we've got the battery indicator light, a built-in handle just like the clamshell iBook, and an IR port for beaming to other Newtons. On the bottom of the eMate, there's what looks to be a tripod connector. As you can see, I've successfully connected the piece from a tripod. There's also a soft reset button and a dock connector. On the inside, there's a full-featured keyboard, though not full-sized. Compared to a current Apple keyboard, it's relatively small. Below the keyboard, there are Mac shortcut keys such as Control, Option, and Command, and on the top there are Newton shortcuts and buttons for the backlight and power. Below the stylus are slider controls for screen contrast and volume. Of course, there's also the stylus, which sits above the keyboard. It also has two additional silos on the left and right sides of the keyboard for quick access when you need to jot something down. Let's go ahead and power it on. Like every Mac model since 1984, the eMate has the classic Apple startup chime. Once the eMate boots up, you're brought into the default application NewtonWorks word processor. Strangely, you're only able to input text in the word processor with the keyboard. Also included in NewtonWorks is a simple drawing application. It has support for a lot of different kinds of shapes and things, but here I'm just free drawing. Note how the application is smoothing out what I draw. All other apps are available by pressing the Extras button. This application is Names, a simple address book app. Here's a sample contact, Newton Cafe, and you can see its addresses and phone numbers, but you also have the options to add a new contact, edit your existing ones, and even some options to print the contact card and send it via fax or infrared. On a side note, here's a cool little animation the Newton OS does when deleting things. Here's Dates, the Newton's calendar application. This app works with handwriting, so here I'm just writing in an appointment, let's say lunch with Jim, into the 4:30 time slot, and just like that, I've made an appointment on my eMate. There are a few other productivity apps on the eMate, such as the calculator here, but as you can see, they're not very exciting to go over, so we'll skip them. Probably the most pivotal Newton application, though, is the Notes app. Here I'm just writing out a note, and as you can see, the software's handwriting recognition is pretty good. It doesn't get everything right, though, so you can just write on top of the errors to correct them, or you can just scribble out entire passages to delete them. Another cool feature of the Notes app is formatting. After you've highlighted the text, you can move it around and double tap and drag it to copy and paste. Probably the coolest feature of the Notes app is the Assist feature. Just write out a command, highlight it, and press the Assist button. The software will figure out what you want to do and launch the appropriate application. So here I wrote Call Justin, and the Assist feature launched the phone application with my number. The eMate didn't have a phone built in, but the idea was that you would hold your phone up to the speaker and it would dial the number for you. Once the call began, it brought you to this call status page. It logged the time and the date of the call, and you could write some notes about the call underneath. As you can see, the eMate was pretty advanced for its time. Unfortunately, Steve Jobs canceled the eMate along with the entire Newton platform in 1998. Fortunately, some of the technologies from Newton are now integrated in Apple's current OSs, iOS and Mac OS X. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed the first in my series of retro reviews. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, voice your opinion in the comments, and definitely subscribe for more great content from AppSlice. Until next time, take care.